Balance?
Balance between Natsukiii and Sayori.
Natsukiii and Sayori.
Natsukiii! While Natsukiii is messing with the orientation of her manga in the closet shelves, Claire approaches behind and pulls her into an embrace. What? Hi. Hi. Which club's been in full swing since Natsukiii joined. Including her, the club is now comprised of 4 members. Sayori, Natsukiii, Yuri, and Monika. Each club member received a day in the spotlight to share all of their favorite kinds of literature with each other. Natsukiii was first and shared her passion for manga. And Sayori shared her love for poetry, as well as how she goes about writing it herself. Monika, who has multiple literary interests, decided to focus her day on short stories. And finally, Yuri managed to demonstrate her obsession with fantasy with a little help and encouragement from Sayori. After the week was spent on their presentations, Monika decided to give the club members this next week to freely explore each other's literary interests. Sayori, having spent most of her time in the club so far at Yuri's fantasy books, is rather excited to begin her journey into Natsukii's manga collection. I want to read with you today. Tell me which one I should pick. Well, that depends on the kind of stuff you like. I mean, there's like romance, drama, comedy, mystery. I like all of those things. Bear reaches out and pulls a random book from the shelf and inspects the cover. Shouldn't this girl be wearing more clothes? You wouldn't like that one! In a panic, Natsukiii snatches the book from Sayori's hand. There are places on the shelf in a less conspicuous location. Natsukiii! Is it?
Natsukiii?
People only made jokes about Natsukiii having hentai manga. Oh no.
Doesn't she write fan fiction in this
She
too?
does. She does. I was like,
some weird
she's an actual weeb.
Secrets.
She's a full on. She's a Natsukiii.
She goes on fanfiction.net, bro.
In the club, Natsukiii.
Why did you bring that, Natsukiii?
You know Sayori's here. How dare you?
How dare you?
We're not the perv. She is.
She kind of is.
Okay, well, if you really have no preference, let's just start with something that's easy to get into. All these don't start to get really good until like a few volumes in, and I wouldn't ask someone to make that kind of commitment unless they're already really into manga. You know what's something I'm also noticing about Natsukiii in this?
What?
She isn't as much as a Soon.
Not that much, yeah.
Actually, like, kind of open. Like, likable. Like, she's just a little hot-headed, but like, she isn't like constantly yelling or something, you know?
Yeah.
I could handle it. I did it with Yuri's book, at least. Well, I'm more considerate than that. Although I'm kind of impressed by your attention span. You put that much effort into her books. No, I have the attention span of a donut. But I love my friends, and I can do anything if it's for them. Well, okay then. Let's make you something that even donuts can read. I didn't say I was a donut. I just had the attention span of one. Aw, were you just trying to call me sweet? You're so cute. No! How did you get to that conclusion? And don't call me that. A donut? Cute. Aw, how come? Just don't like it. I don't need a reason. He yanks a book from the shelf and then closes the closet doors. Someone asks you to stop, you just need to stop. You need to realize that. I'm sorry. I didn't really mean to hurt you. Sorry. It wasn't you. She shakes her head while pulling a second chair over to her desk. I was talking about something else. I didn't mean to get angry all of a sudden. That's a very quick turnaround for, like, Natsukiii. That's what I'm saying. It's like she's not that much of a Soon in this.
Yeah.
For a while, side story Dokis? Best Dokis? Like, damn, bro. Natsukiii averts her gaze and mumbles. You're like, well, like, a nice person, so I wasn't talking about you. I still learned a valuable lesson. Yuri speaks softly as well, feeling shy after receiving the unexpected compliment. Well, anyway, here's the books. Just start it whenever you feel like it. What's it about? Well, it's like a comedy, and there's romance too, obviously. Bro, she giving him a rom-com? I think the reason why a lot of people like the side story Dokis is like, because this is how we imagine them, and this is how most people write them in mods.
Yeah.
Because most people are like, if the story were to continue, they're like, well, this is how I think their personalities would be. And it's like, this is exactly how their personalities, like, most people were pretty correct with how they would interact and how they would, so it's like, it's kind of, I think that's why most people love the side stories, because it's like, yes, this is how they would be.
Mm-hmm.
And you think they're just, you know, likable. They're all likable.
Yeah.
Here looks at the title. It's called Love is Another Word for Luck. It's about a girl who keeps accidentally running into the same guys, and then you find out, like, well, you should just read it. You have to tell me what you think. I can already guess who you're gonna ship yourself with. It would be so funny if I'm right. Ship? I don't get it. Never mind, let's not worry about that yet. Just make sure you tell me what you think. Oh, okay. I'll start then. Hey, maybe tomorrow we can do poetry too. Oh, yeah, I guess. But don't you want to finish this first? Yeah, but we can do both. I mean, unless you don't like poetry, I don't want to make you or anything. No, it's just, well, never mind. We can worry about it tomorrow. Long manga title names. I feel vindicated. Of course you do, Diablo. After the club meeting ends and Natsuki and Yuri leave, Monica strikes up a conversation with Sayori.
I see you got Natsuki to share some of her manga with you.
I really want to become better friends with her. She's so enthusiastic and expressive. I could just listen to her talk. She's so cute. I'm not sure if she meant I can't say that to her, or if I just can't say that at all.
Say what?
Nothing! I'm a woman of respect! But Natsuki is a woman of cute. Oh, I said it.
What's so bad about that?
I don't know. But you know, there's one thing I'm kind of worried about. Sometimes I'm afraid that Natsuki actually doesn't like me very much.
Aw, that's ridiculous. How come you feel that way?
Well, I mean, just little signs. Like how she only says hi to me after I say hi to her first. And it feels like she only gets excited to talk to me when it's about manga and other stuff she likes. She just seems dismissive a lot. It was like that when I brought up poetry.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean she doesn't like you. She's probably just shy, you know?
Maybe. My stupid head is just making me worry for no reason. It likes to do that.
It's okay. Try not to worry so much. Everything will be great. But you can always talk to me about any concerns that you have. I'm here to help.
You're the best. She is. Alright, so actually, let me say this now. My favorite Doki list is looking pretty it's... Okay, my favorite Doki list for the side story so far has been Monica's still first. She's still my favorite one. Second place is a three-way tie. There's a problem here.
They're all great.
Like, maybe Sayori. I might like Sayori slightly better than Natsuki and Yuri. Sayori might be second for the side stories.
They're giving Sayori a personality now.
Like, I love how Sayori acts. Like Sayori actually getting more screen. Like, Sayori actually... Because even before, even in the base game, she was just kind of a klutz. And then she was sad. Like, that's literally all it was. She was a klutz, and then she was sad. This Sayori, she still has depression, but, like, you can see how much she wants to keep her friends happy. And you can see how much, like, how hard she tries to, like, help them and stuff. And it's like, she even says, and obviously, you know, she's still clumsy and dumb. But, like, she's still airheaded. But it's like, yeah, she has actually, like, it's pretty good. So it's like, Sayori might be second. I think Yuri and Natsuki are tied for third. I don't know who I like more yet.
Okay.
It's like, for me, Yuri and Natsuki are tied. They're definitely tied for third for me, because I'm not entirely sure who I like more yet. Maybe I gotta play more of these to fully give you my opinion, but so far, it's Monica still first, Sayori's second, and they're both tied.
I feel like for me, it goes Monica, Sayori, Yuri, Natsuki for these.
Yeah.
I like Yuri more.
I have to see more just to, like, really get my opinion of the other two, but yeah, so far, that's what it's looking like. Zero liking Yuri in the side stories is hell freezing over. No, more like just seeing more of them. Like when you don't have to focus on the game, like freaking out and having to see them like freak out and shit. It's like you actually get to learn more about them and they're actually more interesting. You get to give them more interactions. Yuri gives Monica a quick hug. Well, I'm gonna keep trying because I love her and I want to get closer to her.
You got this.
Sayori's really quick to say that she loves people.
She loves everybody.
Sayori loves her. The shippers are just like, what? She loves her? I don't know. What does it mean?
Miss Fonzie said she loved Yuri before.
Shippers learning that people can love platonically. What?
What? You mean
platonic love?
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. After the next club meeting starts, Sayori's the last one in as usual. Trotting into the room, she sees Natsuki sitting alone by the closet, reading what must be manga. Without hesitation, Sayori pulls up a chair and plops herself down right next to Natsuki. Hello there! Hi. What you reading? Can I read it with you? Natsuki pulls the book away from Sayori. You can't just start in the middle. There are spoilers. Besides, not the one I gave you yesterday. Sorry, I was just curious. Well, anyway, I've been waiting forever for this volume to come out. It just came out yesterday, so... Ooh, that's exciting. Well, I'll let you read it then. Mm-hmm. Can I sit next to you, though? Sure. Sayori plops herself down next to Natsuki and pulls out a blank sheet of paper. Natsuki reads in silence, save for the periodic flutter of a page being released from beneath her thumb. Sayori sighed, only the light tapping noises of her pen meeting the paper can be heard. Time passes. Sayori's paper is filled with scribbles, and the margins are lined with stick figures. Natsuki gets out a deep sigh and closes her book. Did you finish? No, but it's a good stopping point. My head is swimming. I need a break. Natsuki stretches her arms. Aren't you bored? No, I was writing. Oh, I saw the stick figures and thought you were just bored. I just draw those when I'm thinking or waiting for inspiration. I made friends with them all. What? This one is sad because she thinks the night sky is pretty, but she can't look up at the stars in public with everyone thinking she's a weirdo. And this one has problems with his back, but the doctors can't figure out what's wrong with him.
Sayori is really the person who draws people on her fingers and says, the gang's all here.
And then, but doesn't cry.
Yeah.
She just smiles.
She's happy about it.
Yeah, she's happy about it. She's like, what are you doing, Mr. Pinky?
And then she washes her hands, and then she's like, no, I killed them!
No! Monica washes her hands with a rag. Like, Sayori, I told you to stop drawing faces on your fingers. She's like, no! You're killing them!
You're killing them.
So that's like she hides it from Monica. She always like walks out the club with her hands in her pocket.
I'll protect you today.
And Monica's like, Sayori, what are you doing? Nothing. Why is your hand in your pocket? It's never in your pocket.
Never.
What the heck? You're the weirdo. Want to read the poem I'm working on? Sure, I guess. Sayori slides the paper over to Natsuki. As Natsuki reads the poem, she furrows her eyebrows. Slides the paper back over to Sayori. Does you ever feel weird just sharing all of your thoughts and feelings like that? I mean, your poems are like, really emotional. Is that bad? Well, no. It's just an observation. I think people can get closer to each other if they find ways of expressing their feelings. Well, Natsuki begins the protest, but she can't find a good way of putting her thoughts into words. Doesn't that depend more on the kinds of friends you have? I don't know. Each their own, but I've never met anyone I'd feel comfortable sharing my poems with. Not that it's you, it's just how I am. So, you write poems? You never told me that. I thought you wrote other stuff. Yeah, that too, but you should. I mean, would you ever want to share? Like I said, I don't do that. But, can we talk about something else? I'm sorry. It's not your fault. It just makes me uncomfortable. Can't help it. Still, I'm sorry. fine. Well, let's move on to something that makes us both happy. I should continue the book you gave me, since I didn't get very far yet. Sure. No. In the last side story, Natsuki only told us that she likes to write. She never told us what she writes. That's why Sayori just said, you never told me that. I just thought you wrote other stuff. All she said was that she likes to write.
Yeah.
No one knew what she liked writing.
Bro, she likes writing fanfiction, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I was about to say, she does like writing fanfiction. That one was confirmed. But she said she grew out of that, so I think it was something she used to do. I don't think she does it anymore.
Yeah.
Over the next few days, Sayori begins each club meeting by approaching Natsuki with unwavering enthusiasm. It's Natsuki! Natsuki! Hi, Natsuki! Why does this feel like I'm watching an episode of an anime?
I don't know.
There we go, guys. The DDLC anime can be based off the side stories.
No!
Easy.
I would love an anime of this.
At the end of one club meeting, Monica, who's become rather invested in Sayori's friendship mission, starts an inquis?
What? I could not tell you. Usually I know what they are, but I've never seen that word before.
Innocuous.
Innocuous. Oh, I've heard of that word. I just didn't know that's how it was spelled.
Oh, okay.
Starts an innocuous conversation with Natsuki while she packs up.
It's cool that you've been finding time to spend with Sayori. She was pretty excited for the chance to read manga with you.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've been enjoying the chance to share it too, right?
Monica, you could be speaking up.
Oh, am I quiet?
Yeah.
Sorry, let me put my mic down.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read this again? Oh, no, okay.
No, you can. Yeah, mostly. Natsuki glances over her shoulder, but doesn't reply further.
What's on your mind?
Nothing. I don't talk about people behind their backs.
Oh.
He falls silent, but she just fidgets instead of getting back to what she was doing, as though she wants to say more.
It's okay to show your feelings. It's different from talking about someone behind their back.
Bro, talking about someone behind their back is only like if you say things you're not gonna tell them to their face.
Yeah.
Like, and you're just talking shit about them. That's who you're talking behind their back.
Yeah.
Or like you have an opinion that you're like, it's better off they don't know this.
Yeah.
I guess. I just hate when people talk about me behind my back, so I'm better than to do it to others. Monica shares a bright smile.
You're really considerate.
Thanks, I guess. But it doesn't feel like it.
You can trust me.
Natsuki stands in silence for a moment, still fidgeting. Just feels smothered sometimes. Not used to someone being like all over me right after we meet. I mean, it's fun to hang out with her, but I just have no control over the pace. I can't just meet someone and instantly become best friends with them and like share everything about myself. That's how it works. It's not, I agree.
Yeah.
Just want to chill out sometimes.
Oh, I didn't realize that was happening.
It's fine. Why would you have?
I know, I just feel bad about it. I know Sayori, so I should have realized.
Monica navigates through a tinge of guilt, which has surfaced mainly due to her being the one who previously encouraged Sayori's behavior. By not knowing the situation, Monica can't help but feel a little responsible.
Do you want me to talk to her about it?
No, I wouldn't like that.
Well, I could divert her into another club activity for you or something.
No way! Don't be so underhanded and mean.
Sorry, I didn't think that went through.
Besides, just because I complained about it doesn't mean I ask for someone to solve my problem for me.
True. I'm sorry. I guess I just instinctively wanted to try to solve problems, even if I haven't been invited to.
Very in character. That's what I was correct about that. It's fine. I would talk to Sayori about it, but it would make things really weird between us. I feel like when make her just constantly be afraid that she's bothering me. I don't know how to just keep things natural.
Well, I think if you do a good job expressing all your feelings, she would totally understand. Sayori really wants to be the best she can be for other people. I think she would actually be happy that you want to improve your friendship with her.
Maybe. Oh, it just feels so dumb. Talk to someone how to be friends with them. It's just weird and not cool. Monica shrugs.
It's the literature club.
And she mumbles through a stifled laugh.
It's not the cool club.
Hey!
Sorry, that just tickled me for some reason. Look, I know you're kind of in a tough spot, and that it's hard for you to really express yourself. But you've really demonstrated to me that you're great at self-reflection and critical thinking, even if it doesn't feel like it to you. I'll be right back.
Oh, now I take over. I think that's the most important part of being able to navigate through these things. So I believe that you'll find the right thing to do. Well, Natsukiii instinctively starts to reject the compliment, but she can't find any excuse to do so. Thanks. Natsukiii gathers her things, then she finishes her thought in a mumble. I'm still glad I joined the club, even if it's weird sometimes. Monica smiles, but Natsukiii turns her back and walks away before waiting for a reply. It was an unusual way for Natsukiii to express her appreciation, but Monica knew what she meant. It made Monica feel like everything really was going to be okay. Aw. Oh, I got mail! We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. I wonder... We didn't get a letter. Why did it say we got a letter? We didn't get a letter. The game fucking glitched. It's from our friends. It went straight to spam. What the fuck happened? Hello? Does that happen sometimes? I'm upset. What the fuck? My letter! Give it back! I'm sad. Bro, now I need some balance. I'm actually upset. Where the fuck did my letter go? Okay, whatever. Let's just start the second one. Maybe it'll show up if we do the second one. It's lunchtime. Sayori usually buys her lunch, is making her way to the cafeteria like any other day. The clamor and bustle of the students is drowned by Sayori's impeccable skill of zoning out. However, her imagination is momentarily interrupted by the glimpse of a familiar pink-haired girl. Hey, that's Natsukiii! I never run into the other club members around the school. I just noticed that every time they say, like, the cafeteria, the background they use is the corridor. I always thought that, like, Dan didn't get a cafeteria background. Also, why'd I turn to fucking Courage the dog there? Like, fucking... I guess, like, Dan did not get a cafeteria background. He fucking gets two backgrounds. He gets a fucking vending machine and a fucking piano in the music room. But it's like, there's two scenes that use the cafeteria thing. And he doesn't get a cafeteria background? Like, what are you doing, Dan? But see, let this be a lesson to people who like to mod the game. You don't need special backgrounds. Hello. I'm talking about how the fact that Dan, for the cafeteria, every time he's used the corridor. He's never, like, actually used the cafeteria background. Like, he's only used the corridor every time, and I'm just like, this is proof that you don't need specific backgrounds or things, as long as it makes sense a bit.
Oh, we're on the second part now?
Yeah. It said I got mail, but then it wasn't there. Fucking sucks.
What the hell?
I never run into the other club members out in the school. Natsukiii! Sayori stands on her tiptoes and waves. Natsukiii, who's busy walking and chatting with her friends, doesn't notice Sayori at first. And she glances over in Sayori's direction. Sayori waves enthusiastically. Oh no. Please don't blow her off. No.
Oh no.
Following her friends, Lex quickly ducks around the corner. No! That's not nice. Hey! He definitely saw me. Who does Sayori sit with at lunch?
I don't know.
I was like, I'm just gonna take an assumption and say she sits with Monica.
Yeah.
Until we get told otherwise. Because I'm like, where does Sayori sit? MC? I don't think MC goes to, oh no, he does go to their school, but they're still distant, aren't they? She might sit with MC. Actually, she might. Who knows? Maybe she just didn't ask him to join the club.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe he still, because I mean, he still does go to the school. So
Yeah.
maybe so maybe she sits with MC. we know that Monica says she eats in her classroom. We don't know which classroom, but they said that Monica eats in her classroom.
Okay.
I remember we learned that from I think one of the, I think it was like the first side story, or was the second one? One of them.
I don't remember.
Oh no, it was the Natsukiii one. That's when we learned it. She was looking for Natsukiii. So usually Monica's eating in her classroom.
Oh.
Monica's the first to arrive at the club meeting, then Natsukiii. Sayori, having glanced through the window to see Natsukiii already inside, is unable to work up enough courage to enter. Natsukii's been so distant with me. I was stupid to think she ever wanted to be friends. She only got excited because she got to share her manga. Aside from that, she doesn't even like me. I should just go home today. Sorry, but do you plan on going inside? No! Why? I'm sulking! Oh. Well, I'm sorry for bothering you. Excuse me.
Oh my god! This is why I love Yuri in this.
No! Don't leave me! It's like, are you gonna go inside? No!
No!
Why? I'm sulking! Oh. Well, I'm sorry for bothering you. Excuse me. He's like, my God!
He's like, not my problem.
Yuri, this is really giving me some insight on how to write Yuri.
Yeah?
Like, okay then. My God. No, don't leave me. Oh, I'll stay here then. She's so awkward. It's that she's so socially awkward.
Yeah.
She doesn't take any cues. So like, if Sayori says that she's sulking, Yuri's just like, oh, okay then. Like she doesn't.
That's you, right?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that she doesn't take any social cues, so she doesn't know what to help somebody if they're sulking.
Yeah.
I don't want to go in. I'm afraid of bothering Natsukiii. I saw her at lunch today, so I waved and called out to her. But instead of saying hi, she just ran away from me. Really? Not bad. Hey! Sorry, I'm sorry. That was a joke. It just sounded like something stupid that I would do from anxiety. From anxiety? Yuri sitting here like, that's a pretty good plan.
Yeah. He's like, I should try that next time.
Pretty good technique. She goes into the club, she pats Natsukiii on the back. Well done.
You taught me something today.
From anxiety? Well, I just don't like attention being drawn to myself. Oh. Well, that makes sense based on the person you are. But Natsukiii isn't shy like that at all. I thought we were friends. But it feels like every day she's just trying to distance herself more. Instead of get closer. It makes me feel like she was only spending time with me during the club because I was reading manga. She doesn't actually want to be friends with me. Well, I feel like I'm missing a lot of context here. Was she in the middle of anything when you approached her? No, she was just walking with her friends. With her friends? Yuri pauses for a moment. How do I put this? Sayori, you're very fond of your friends, right? You always want to be spending time with them. Of course! I don't think there's anything more important to me. I mean, the best parts of my day are always with my friends. Besides that, I really hate being alone, so... Okay, there's definitely no way she eats alone. There's no way she eats alone then, yeah. You hate being alone? Sayori nods. We're very different people. I cherish my time alone. I wouldn't trade it for anything. So, I think... Well, if I was trying to have alone time, that's being threatened with an interruption, then... It just would not make me very happy. Yeah, but that doesn't have to do with Natsukiii. She was already with her friends, not trying to be alone or anything. No, I think it's similar. It's, well, we're all friends in the club. But we have our own lives outside of the club as well. If you think about it, making new friends is some casual occurrence that happens on a daily basis. A friendship is an invitation to intertwine your lives together. But the capacity at which each person is ready to do that might be different. There are friends who just like to have fun together, and others who talk every day and share every detail of their lives with each other. I think when establishing a friendship, it's important to consider the comfort level of the other person. I mean, we don't really know much about Natsukii's life outside of the club. It could be that she simply needs to make friends at her own pace, rather than jump headfirst into a new commitment. But that means I really was bothering her. I just really wanted to be good friends with her, so I treated her like one. Was I actually hurting her? I don't know. I'm sorry. My insight was really only based on what I understand about my own needs. And Natsukiii and I are completely different, so... Yeah, you sure are. Yeah, totally are. Yeah. Yeah. Why was I so selfish? Even if all that is true, then it still means I hurt her. I think I messed up. Yuri, with you, I think I was really careful to understand your needs when I was becoming friends with you. But I wasn't careful at all with Natsukiii because she already seemed really social. I just took control of everything instead of looking for the right balance. Now I hurt her and she doesn't want to talk to me. How can I let myself do this? Sayori, I think that, well, there was one time you told me something about the way I saw things in my head being different from reality. It's easy to automatically jump to the worst case scenario, but I think it's more likely that Natsukiii doesn't harbor any ill feelings towards you. So I think if we were to realistically consider the situation and how it would cause someone to feel, I'm bad at this. I'm sorry. You're a lot better than me at things like comforting and reassuring people. Suddenly, Sayori gives Yuri a gentle hug. You're the best, Yuri. Remember about consent, Sayori. Literally forgot what she said about consent. It's Sayori. I'm sorry for burdening you with this. You're trying so hard for me. You're such a sweetheart. It's not a burden. I enjoy listening to others. And my friends deserve happiness. Sayori beams. Well, I think I'm gonna give Natsukiii some space. She should do what she wants. And if she does still want to be friends, then I'll learn her needs, and I'll match her boundaries. Yeah, I'm sure that's what's best. I wish I didn't feel so awful and guilty. It makes me feel desperate, like I need to make up to her by trying to make her happy. That's not what she needs. I just have to tell myself that. It hurts, but I guess it means I still need to grow. I really want to grow as a person. If it's to be better for my friends, I want that. That's very mature of you, Sayori. I'm mature. They hops up and down on her toes. So, does that mean you'll be going home after all? Sayori shakes her head. I need to be here to show her that I respect her space. I'll just spend the club by myself today. Sayori nods in understanding. You can go in first. Okay. You're blocking the door. Oh! Sayori steps aside. By the way... Before Yuri enters the club room, Sayori interjects. You said that you and Natsukiii are completely different, but I don't think that's true. I think you're actually really similar in a lot of ways. Yuri smiles and shakes her head. Sayori, that's absurd. You're very silly sometimes. Yuri turns and enters the club room, foreshadowing. After a moment, Sayori follows. Foreshadowing. Doki Doki polyamory club. It's kind of funny because it's like people who are like, no guys, they obviously love each other. Just look at how they acted in the game. It's like that shows me that they either don't read manga or watch anime. Because that's how a lot of characters in manga and anime act, and they don't have any relationship with each other.
Especially two female characters.
Yeah, they all go around groping each other's boobs.
They literally do that.
They grope each other's boobs, and then they'll be like, I don't love you.
Yeah, they tell them things that, like...
And it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Wait, really? You didn't know this? That's like basic anime! That's like
really
basic...
Wait, really?
That's like basic anime stuff.
Yeah, basic, like slice of life or, like, stuff like that. There's usually at least one scene where a female gropes another female.
Usually it's in the hot tub scene, too. They'll, like, look at each
Or
other's
in, like,
boobs,
the-
and they'll be like,
in
oh,
the-
your boobs are so
either-
big! And then they'll, like, grope each other.
Yeah. They'll be in the hot tub, or they'll be in the locker room, or they'll be somewhere, or in the bathroom, or something like that.
Persona has. I was about to say, yeah, if you wanted to get a way to explain that, if you wanted a way to see that, Persona technically has that too. Persona has it. Pretty sure Futaba comments on Ann's boobs and Strikers.
Yeah.
She's like, her boobs are like, she's like, is that CGI? I think it's more just an example of anime as fan service. It is, but it's also an example of, like I said, it's like, in anime, girls get touchy-feeling. It means literally nothing.
A trope.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's like, they get touchy-feeling. It's literally nothing.
Yeah.
Club room is quiet. When Sayori walks in, Natsuki glances in her direction. He smiles, and gives Nox a quick wave before sitting down across the room. His face is already buried in a book. Sayori decides it's best to continue the manga she was reading, so she pulls it out. However, it looks like Natsuki isn't reading today. Natsuki isn't reading today. That's not like I said Natsuki. There's a sheet of paper in front of her and is tapping a pen against her desk, staring at it.
Ooh, are we reading today?
Monica speaks in a quiet voice, unwilling to disturb the peace of the club room. She kneels down at Natsuki's desk. Hey! Natsuki pulls a sheet close to her and covers it with her arms.
Sorry, I didn't mean to peek.
Whatever.
I just wanted to see how everything was going.
It's fine. She replies dismissively. Glances over at Sayori, who's focused on her manga. Monica follows Natsuki's gaze. I think she's mad at me.
How come?
I'm busy right now. Ask me later. Monica falls silent. Natsuki looks back down on her paper. She reaches her hand away from the top margin, allowing Monica to see. It says, to Sayori. Aww.
Aw.
Understanding, Monica smiles. She places a hand on Natsuki's shoulder and whispers softly.
I'm proud of you.
Natsuki looks away, but makes no motion to remove Monica's hand. Aww. Yeah, she's like, she inches her hand, allowing her to see this as to Sayori. Aww. Monica gives Natsuki's shoulder a quick squeeze before standing back up and pulling away. She did the parent thing.
Did.
She squeezed her shoulder.
Bet you
Good.
patted her on the back twice too.
she pats her on the head slightly. Monica is the mom of the club.
She is.
Canon. Monica is the mom.
She's the mom.
The end of the club meeting passes. Yuri has already departed. Of course she has.
She left.
Momika. It's Momika. So has Monica, after checking on Sayori and Natsuki to ensure they wouldn't stay too late. See? Momika. After checking on Sayori and Natsuki to ensure they wouldn't stay too late. Sayori was determined to finish her manga volume before heading out, since the end was approaching. However, with Natsuki also staying late for an unknown reason, silent tension hangs in the air. After finishing the volume, Sayori brings it to the closet to put it away. Slides it back onto the shelf while Natsuki watches. Then Natsuki gets up and pulls it back out in order to return it to its proper location. Sorry. I didn't know where it's supposed to go. It's fine. You fall silent again, avoiding eye contact. They both look like they're about to say something, but neither can break the silence. A moment passes. Well, I'll be on my way. See you tomorrow. Mary turns away to hide her pained expression, and walks away from the closet. If there's any proof Natsuki no longer wanted to be friends, this was it. Heated, Sayori carries herself out of the club room. Once in the hallway, Sayori takes a deep breath and hits her palms against her cheeks to clear her head a little. Suddenly, Natsuki's stammering voice calls from behind. Natsuki? Startled, Sayori turns back around to face Natsuki. Oh, look at it!
Aww.
Oh my god, that is very on style. What the hell?
That is cute.
Wait, did Satchely draw this one?
Perhaps?
Because the style's different to the other ones, and it's very on model.
It might be. It might be Satchely.
Because I know there's Satchely and then there's another artist, and they said that Satchely helped the other artist, like at least like she looked over the other artist.
This might have been a collaboration between
It might
the
have
two.
been. I don't know. It's very on model.
Really looks good. Like it.
It's cute. He fidgets and anxiously continues with a shaking voice. I have a lot of things to say. Me too. But you go first. Natsuki bites her lip and can't stay still. Well, first of all...
Look at her face.
She cuts herself short, struggling to continue. Trying to force the words out, she stamps her foot and hops up and down a little. I'm sorry for the thing I did at lunch. I'm sorry for just being kind of mean lately. It's really hard for me to I mean, I'm not good with things that make me uncomfortable. Especially when it comes to like feelings and stuff. So, face burning, Natsuki clams up again. Continuing, she simply holds up a sheet of paper for Sayori to take. The best place in the world. Love my bedroom. It's full of bright colors and soft things. Sunlight shines in, it makes everything sparkle. Best place in the world. It has all my treasures. All my books, my collections, my memories. All my dreams are born in this room. The best place in the world. It has all my secrets. All my failures, my fears, my feelings. Sometimes it feels so fragile that the door will break at the slightest touch. But it's still the best place in the world. But when someone knocks, I get scared. I brace my arms against the loose hinges. Please don't break. Don't come in. I'm not ready. It's my best place in the world. The knocking won't stop. I block the door with furniture. An eye peeks through the keyhole, and I panic. I'm trapped in the best place in the world. I'm not ready to share my favorite place. I need to clean my secrets and make my bed to hide my nightmares. I need to touch them to put them away, to see them again. There's so much to do and I'm scared. I'm not ready. But it's still my favorite place. I still want to share it. However long it takes, if you wait patiently, I'll eventually open the door. And I'll show you the best place in the world. Aw, it's a poem about her opening up to people. That's cute.
It's a poem. But I thought...
Well, I sucked it up so I could work out things with you. So just be happy about it. Please? Sayori smiles deeply from the bottom of her heart.
I'm happier than I could express. I feel so awful, but I'm so happy that you would do this for me. I actually realized before the club meeting today that I made a mistake. I got so caught up in the chance to get closer to you that I forgot to think about what you wanted. And that we probably have different ways we like to make friends.
About like the friendship stuff.
I mean, it's okay. I understand. You don't have to force yourself to talk about it. Your poem did a good job. Don't force yourself if you're not ready yet, okay?
Natsuki nods. You don't have to feel like you did anything wrong. It was my fault and I'm sorry.
I wasn't mad at you today or anything like that. I actually felt really guilty and wanted to give you space.
Okay, wait, I read that wrong. I thought Natsuki said that. My bad.
You don't have to feel like you did anything wrong. It was my fault, and I'm sorry. I wasn't mad at you today or anything like that. I actually felt really guilty and wanted to give you space. I was thinking it's silly that I just approach you all the time and that I should just let you approach me when you want to. Just whatever makes you comfortable. I'll respect that from now on. Friendship should always start with those things. With the right balance.
He nods again. One thing about that.
Hmm?
Well, I don't want to have to approach you all the time either. Just want to be balanced, like you said. Sayori nods.
I understand. We'll make sure of that together then.
Aw. One of the few side stories that it didn't end with people crying. Actually, no, the Monica Natsuki one didn't end with crying either, actually. Never mind. I guess that was the first one that didn't end with crying. That's actually... Because I was like, Respect didn't end with crying. At least I don't think it did. Did Natsuki cry at the end of Respect? Pretty sure they were just mad at each other. Yeah, I don't think they cried. Well, anyway... The two of them have found common ground. Natsuki finds it easier to speak more freely again. No? Okay, yeah, so I was right. I'm not gonna be, like, sharing my poems all the time now or anything like that. But, I guess it won't hurt to do it once in a while. Only the best ones. So you better like them, because otherwise I might change my mind.
I like anything you do, Natsuki.
Hello.
I was just saying.
More importantly, I have to tell you about my new boyfriend.
What?
What?
Huh? Oh, from the manga. Oh. I was like, huh?
Wait, I need to guess who it is. You definitely won't be able to guess.
We walk down the hallway together. Oh my god, we have so much to talk about. Darn, I should have told you to save the last two chapters so I could see your reaction to the big reveal.
Aw, you wanted to enjoy it with me? That's so cute.
Oh, shush. He. That's cute.
Before you start the next one, I want to catch up.
Alright. You guys got baited. I got baited heavy, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, huh? Okay, there we go. We actually got mail this time. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. It's from Ive Laster. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. It says oh my god on it.
Okay, who's responsible for creating a Twitter account for Monica? I think it's hilarious, but for God's sakes,
I don't
don't
have
tell
that
Paula. Haha, it would get 404'd in a microsecond. That's supposed to be the trick to make you go to 404. Are you just relaying her tweets manually? Or did you code some kind of pass-through layer to automate it? Based on the contents of the tweets, example, not screaming for help, I assume they're coming from the control simulation? Yeah. Oh, so they just confirmed that Monica made her own Twitter account.
Yeah.
Because at first they're like, who's responsible for creating a Twitter account for her? Then
Monica is.
Then as the email went on, he was like, are you just relaying her tweets? He's like, based on the contents, I assume they're coming from the control. Oh, wait. Oh, Monica's tweets are from the side stories. That makes so much sense.
Twitter Monica is side story.
Because he just said, based on the contents of the tweets, example, not screaming for help. He's like, I assume they're coming from the control simulation.
Oh yeah, because
oh
you
my
think
god.
you'd think if she got her hands on Twitter, she'd be like, yeah.
So that means all of those pictures and oh my god.
All of that is in the control
That makes
simulation.
so much sense that I didn't think about until now. Because I was like, yeah, why does... I've never thought about why Twitter Monica acts so normal. Yeah, all of that's from the side stories. Because it's all wholesome and nice.
I never even really thought about the fact, like, yeah, if someone, like...
Hello? Oh, I think someone walked into her room. So I didn't think about that. That makes so much sense. Because that's why she doesn't talk about anything like evil or anything about deleting them. Because she's from the side stories. Like, since she's from the side stories, it's like everything's wholesome in those. Oh my god. And then it says, based on the contents of the tweet, yeah. And it says, are you relaying her tweets manually? Did you code some kind of pass-through layer to automate it? So, okay, so they created a thing that allows Monica's tweets to go from the control simulation into the real world. Okay. Wait, so how does DDLC main story Monica know about it? I think in the world of DDLC, Monica has Twitter. However, we don't ever get to see those tweets.
Check this. real quick.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I'll be right back real quick.
All right. But yeah, so it's like, okay, so yeah, so we never get to know what DDLC base Monica is tweeting. We only know what side story Monica is tweeting because they're relaying her tweets from the control simulation. Every time they say the control simulation, that's the side stories. The side stories are control simulation. VM1 is DDLC, and VM2 is Project Libitina. Those are all the code names. So yeah, Monica's tweets are coming from the side stories, and they're just like converting them from that universe into ours. So meaning that the other girls might have a Twitter in that world, and we just don't know what they are. We just don't know what their Twitter handles are. They just haven't been relaying those. They haven't been relaying those. We're only seeing what they're relaying from that world. They're relaying Monica's tweets from the control simulation. I hope Twitter in their world's better than ours. Hope it is too. Apparently the side stories have the fucking Backstreet Boys concert. Apparently, because remember that picture that was tweeted on Monica's thing where apparently they all had to be social distancing, and I was like, oh no! Even the control simulation has the virus. Well, they did create a universe, that's fair. It would make sense. That would make sense. I remember everybody was like, how would they get the virus in their world? It makes sense. They fully created a universe. So, it's a fully functioning universe. That also means that anybody who said things like, oh, there wouldn't be any characters, you know? The only 4 characters in this universe are them. We're technically wrong. There are other characters. There are tons of other people there. They're all as real as the 4 entities. It's just that the 4 entities, being the girls, are the only ones that can actually be in, or the first 4 entities of the universe. They're the first 4 of it. Yeah, we saw Girl 1 and Girl 2.